So, hi everybody, and I want to just say happy holidays to all of those people that are actually spending holidays alone and would like someone to spend the holidays with. So, if you don't have anybody, happy holidays. As you can see, we have our lights going. So, today I just want to speak to you guys about being a better version of yourself. And I've learned that when you are a better version of yourself, you kind of like don't care what anybody else thinks. You want to do it for you and for nobody else. So I would just like to speak to those people that feel like deep down inside like they have something to hold over other people's heads. Just remember this: the only person that's really holding anything over anyone's head is you. So you would just basically be your own enemy at this point. Today I was just wanted to talk about basically cultivating yourself within not draining energies of others because like I have an example. I have a friend and my friend was just telling me how, their mother's boyfriend wanted to come and didn't have nowhere to go and wanted to come stay with them. So it was more like, well, are you going to let them? And they're like, no, because one, they don't keep a job, and two, they're alcoholic, and three, they're irresponsible. So for me, I just feel like, don't enable a person if they have a handicap, and they're really going through something. You have to basically be prepared for what energies that they have to bring. They can either come and bring you negative energies or you can convert it to a positive. I would say bringing someone negative into your home that's not fit for you would be a real challenge. It would be actually an exercise skill. So if you do have some type of negative energies that you do carry from other people, the best way for you to get rid of them is meditation. I was thinking more of a chi meditation. It's more of an energy bringing within yourself. And it's more of taking that energy that hinders you, because what I was told and what I've been taught from lots of masters that have lots of intelligence with spiritual knowledge. And they spoke it to me and they told me that, did you know that we have two brains in our bodies? And I said, really? And he says, yeah, we have a brain that's on the top that functions every other organ in our body. And we have our stomach, which is another brain. Our stomach is basically what takes all the toxins and all the nutrients and it diverts it into your body stream. And it takes out the toxins and it promotes energy. So we have to remember that our stomachs are actually like a battery, not because of the food and the fuel and everything. We're talking about when you intake garbage, you become garbage. When you intake vitamins and nutrients, your body kind of reacts to it more. That's why when you're hungry, you keep feeding yourself, stuffing yourself because your body's not accepting the nutrients. If you're eating French fries, burgers, shakes, nuggets, you're basically telling your body, I'm just going to feed you garbage. All the nutrients that your body does need, you cannot get. So let's come to another conclusion. Let's say, for instance, we have a circle grid of our lives, like a clock. And with this clock, you always produce a certain amount of time and energy in certain things that you do in your life. So you got to remember, when one overrides the other, you're depriving energy from the other. And I usually write in my journal every day, and people will look at this and they'll say, well, what is that? Is that like a voodoo book or something? Actually, it's just a journal. It's something that I write in every day, any experiences that happens to me, which is really good. And most of it talks about cultivating myself and learning a new level in my life, which is like a new chapter, which was great. I've learned about decalcifying my pituitary gland by eating dark chocolates. I've learned about decalcifying it because it's so full of fluoride and things like that that stop us from actually having our superpowers. Our superpowers are basically what we have been taught to keep quiet and just do what we were brainwashed to do. So basically, if you're a monkey and you're trained to just go eat a banana, stay in the cage, and swing on a vine, that's basically what you're going to do. But if they allow that monkey or that animal to, if it does have a human instinct, like say for instance, some people train their monkeys to perform shows. Some people train their monkeys to go fetch papers or food or whatever the case may be, and that's what they have learned because of what they have been taught. So I'm not saying that everything that I've ever learned was bad. It's just basically it was something that was training me to do something that I was told. Another thing, learning how to bring in nutrients into your body. I was thinking that maybe this year, and we're talking about zodiac. We're talking about zodiacs, and we're talking about the atmosphere. We're talking about the constellations. Okay, most constellations are basically proven to show that the characteristics of most people do intertwine. Let's say, for instance, me being a Pisces, I would usually get along with the Capricorn, Scorpio, Cancer, Taurus, and I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, it was Virgo. But all the other signs I kind of don't get along with. So it's like maybe it's because we are the same, but we just have different ways of showing it. And you always want someone that's different. So for me, my year would be, I'm Pisces, so my year would be 2019. The color would be crimson red for all the Pisces that are intertwining. And you would actually say that the newest hobbies that we would like to learn is some type of martial art, or going sculpting, maybe clay building, or you would want to learn another language or visit a different country. Most Sagittariuses, okay, I feel you, Sagittarius. I can feel that energy coming on. Okay, so you would be considered as the most humble, but yet the most deprived of what you actually want. So we're not gonna go into zodiac signs, but usually Sagittarius and Pisces are iffy, but all the other signs I get along with, the other ones are on the other side of the cusp. So basically our time clock will not mesh. Basically what I do here when I do write into my journal basically speaks about, okay, so let's go into one chapter that I've been working on. Okay, the dearest thoughts, and let's talk about, okay, let's see what I can give to you right now as a class session. Let's go into the good stuff. Okay, let's talk about PowerPoints. Any guys are really aware what PowerPoints are? PowerPoints can be like a transformation. It can be an action, a welcome with a hello, allowing people to, conquer with love and not be malevolent, and carry positive light and protect those, that are covered with darkness, like the sun would cover you. And knowing how to activate your light, like learning how to love, to protect, which makes you special, and loving yourself by quoting, "I'm making more room every day for success. I'm making more room in my day for success. I'm making more room in my life for success. I'm making more room in my life for success." That's just basically the easiest thing that you can do when you wake up in the morning, and it's actually good for you. It's great to have, positive affirmations every day. It makes you feel wonderful inside. Have you ever been around someone that when you wake up in the morning and you see them and they're all happy, and you're like, what the hell? Did we just sleep in the same house? Why are you so excited? And it's like some people just have that energy that's just incombustible, and you want to be able to share that with people. So basically, your first instinct you would want to know is to first know your higher self, know your higher power. They say that God is within. Okay, so if you know that God says make man in our image, that we're not gods, but in the image of God. So if you were able to activate that power, would that actually be something that you would be able to be great at? I would say for me, I'm good at healing with my hands. I can touch things and make things feel much better, and I'm good with molding things with my hands. You would call me a Reiki healer because everything is with hands. Nutrients. Good hygiene is the best thing ever. So if you're not on top of your hygiene, you're basically not understanding who you are and what you're able to proceed and protect. So it's more of nutrients comes with good hygiene, like a man and a woman. A man and a woman need good hygiene. They need partnerships. They need wealth. They need wisdom. They need joy. They need love. They need water. They need sleep. Okay. Tell me a couple of things that you might think that's not really what a person might need. So when you know that a man and a woman as equal as species, now that we're equal, just put it like this. We both need nutrients. We both need good hygiene. We both need a partner because we were both put here on this planet for each other. We have to know how to express each other's of passion and emotion with sympathy and sentimental with love and joy. I mean, it just makes more sense that way. Values. Making better changes to be a better version of yourself. The most immaculate thing to life is joy and life itself. I mean, just bringing up anything that's unjust to justice is basically the first thing that you need to do when you're cultivating your life and your standards. Everything's in a balance, people. Everything's in a balance. I have a perfect example. Say, for instance, you fall in love with someone and you guys talk on the phone for hours. The time done passed. You haven't eaten or slept in days because you're so full of this love and energy that this person gave you. And then all of a sudden, you don't want to do anything but just be happy, floating in the happiness of the euphoria of love. Then all of a sudden, you guys break up. You're miserable. You still don't want to eat. You don't want to do anything. Why? Because that love goes to that second brain, which is your stomach, which tells you what to do. How about when someone dies and you feel the pain? It doesn't go to your heart, it goes to your stomach, and you want to bawl out and you want to tear. When you're in pain and when you want to cry, everything comes to your stomach, and you want to feel that because your chi is right there in the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand that our hearts are not in the middle of our chest? Our hearts are in the center of our chest, above our second brain, which tells us what to do. Our bodies only function by what the body tells it to do. So you got to remember, everything is in most value. Everything you do, every energy that you bring is in most value. Do you guys really understand that we really are going through an evil drain negativity session going on in our new age? Our new age is basically the drain. Drain on negative, drain on positive, malevolent, benevolent. But at the end of the day, balance is within everything. So let the truth be unveiled and know your higher power. Your higher power is you. You can only be your higher power. And it's definitely a most fact that you're the only one that can make you feel how you want to feel. So say, for instance, somebody sees you and they're like, oh, look at that hoe, or look at that nigga. He ain't no good. She ain't no good. And you feel that pain because someone's saying something that you don't like. Eventually, that means you don't like that about you either. So you shouldn't let anyone take any power away from you if you don't believe it within yourself. So, like I said, let the truth be unveiled and know your higher power. You are your higher power. There's always something that is above you. You're your own enemy. Don't let that be your prosperity of the year of 2019. Allow your new year to become the new you. So know your higher power. Know who you are as a person. Balance off, number 2. Balance off anything that hinders you. Anything that hinders you. We talking about, oh, you mad at such and such that did what he did last year. You still holding on to it as soon as somebody says their name. Get over it, people. That was an experience that you were supposed to go through so you can make it to the next level in life, to cultivate yourself, to make you into a higher standstill instead of down here where you was. So remember, you are the only one that can take off the hindrance that's on you. So when you ask for, oh, take the thorn out of my side, oh, stop me from this, please, God, that, it's only you. You're the one that makes the choice. Everything's with a free will. Plus, balance keeps us connected to the universe. Do you know that if we don't go through hardships, that it'll never be a known fact if we're able to go on to the next complication or the next situation that comes forth within us? You have to remember that everything is for a reason. Everything is for a reason. And I just want to make it clear that everything that happens to you is for you to benefit, to learn, to be a higher awareness of yourself. So, oh, I never could find a job. Oh, I'm always, though, I always never have money. Oh, I always have problems with my bills. My family don't like me. My kids don't like me. Oh, my dad and my mom hate me. I don't have anybody. Let it go. Let it go. These are the only thoughts that are keeping you the way that you're feeling. This is not true. These things are feelings that are not a commitment. Feelings are commitments. You could be committed to being pissed and say, oh, well, I'm going to stay mad at such and such because that's just who I am. And you're wrong. You can't sit there and hold on to any type of hate because it's going to stop you from your joy. Any joy that's trying to come into your life to make you feel the presence of unconditional love and you're avoiding it, you're not making room for your happiness. You're holding on to the worst thing that could ever happen. You don't want that. So the most valuable thing is connection between people, places, and things. The most valuable thing you can ever have is the connection that you have to the things that you own. You can own your family, you can own your friendships, you can own um, um, hardships. Anything that you own is valuable to you. So if you value being miserable, you own it. If you value being happy, it's yours. If you value thinking about future tense of things as let's say for instance, if you always use the words can't, not, not me, or the pity party story, and you always have this energy that nothing works for you, you have to let it go. I mean, you definitely have to let it go. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to sit there and hold on. And I know you guys are understanding where I'm coming from. To hold on, because you see the smile, it takes more muscles to make. And look at these cheeks. Come on, I gotta smile every day, only because I'm grateful that I made it another day to have a second chance at anything that I messed up on yesterday, I can fix today. So let's say the most valuable thing in this connection between the universe is people, places, and things. You have a connection to everything that you draw in. It's the law of attraction. You draw it in by thinking about it. So if I'm going to think, oh, well, I know this date's not going to work because you already had the premonition in your head that it wasn't going to work. And that's where you screwed up. So let's try not to think negative anymore. Let's try to keep our positive modes going. Love, let me tell you something about love. Love, so many people use your name in vain. I can't sing, but love is not boastful. Okay, let me tell you guys something about love. Man, oh man, let me tell you. Love is not boastful. Love doesn't say, oh, you know how I love this person because I did this for them and I did that and ba ba ba. I love them because I did this and this and that. Materialistically, I did this and that. Emotionally, you was not there for them. Spiritually, you was not there for them. Love does not boast. Love comes unconditionally and it comes without you knowing, but you feel it, and it was unpredicted and it was just there on time just for you. Love's not boastful. Love is unconditional. Love is so unconditional that you receive it without asking for it. You receive it without knowing that it's coming. Unconditional love is the energy that is there that protects you when warmth, when coldness, and brings light when darkness. It covers you when you have no shelter. Love is everything. Love has value. Love shows plenty of value. Love is when you show for yourself, when you groom yourself, you love yourself. When you get up in the morning and you brush your teeth and you wash yourself and you feed yourself and you allow yourself to have these things to nurture yourself, that's love. That's one value that you always have. Two, love can be another value. Love is something you can express. I'm not the type of person to express love every time that I'm supposed to. But at the same time, it's more confusing for me because you're not really aware of how you're showing your love until you put effort into showing your love. So if you say, I'm going to give such a kiss this morning to say I love you, that's a thought. But if you wake up in the morning and you're selflessness and happy, that's the love that's unconditional, that values, because you have love for the next thing before you do yourself. Love has value. Love is a lot. Love is not asking for love. Love is not, please love me. Please love me. Do you love me? That's not it. Love is there without asking. You shouldn't have to tell your mate that you love them. They should already know, unless you want to tell them. So if someone says, you don't tell me you love me often. You don't say you love me. Why this? Why that? Love, love, love. Using it in vain. So remember, love is not asking. Love is given. Love is not asking for love. Love is just given to you. because you deserved it and it was brought to your path. So you should be grateful for that. When nothing has been received without question. So if I give you love and you didn't ask me for it, you didn't know it was being received, that's true love. Just knowing that someone to be there for you without even asking, that's true love. And I feel that everyone should have true love in their lives. Making yourself a channel of peace. Let's talk about channeling peace. Oh man, channeling peace can be the most wonderful thing that I've ever imagined. Channeling peace could be sitting here in a meditative state, in the quietness, and just taking out the dirty air bubbles and allowing the energy of peace and quiet to come in. Just allowing peace and quiet to inhibit my whole circumference without noise, without worry, without hesitation. Just quiet, sitting in peaceful mode and allowing just the thoughts to drift out of your mind, out of your body. Don't worry about if you ate. Don't worry about the kids. Don't worry about your husband. Don't worry about work, bills. Just peace and quiet. It's important. Where there's hate, if you're around people that have negative intentions, what you want to do is convert that into positive. Like, let's talk about gossiping in these reality shows. Okay, it's fun to watch other people's business and laugh. Laugh at experiences that you've never been through and watch other people go through experiences that you've never been through. But when we're talking about you're condoning the negativity and you are going along with the gossip and not making it better, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. If you can't fix the problem, don't say, oh, girl, child, look at her weave. You see that? How the hell she got her flash manolas and her baby got her payless? Don't talk about them. Help them. You might be able to make a change. So if you got a nice pair of Manolos or some shoes or something you want to donate, or you want to go do their hair for them, don't talk about them. Go help them. They need your help. So if you really want to do something and be a different part of a universe in a new age, that where we say F the negativity and let's go for the goodness, because love conquers everything. And if you just show love for people that you don't know, it's not really a good idea to give things to people that you know, because you know them. You want to give things to people that you don't know that really need it, because it makes you feel more better. So when you see there's hate and negativity and a lot of things that are unjust, bring it to justice, bring love to it and help it. It needs you. And if you have that insight without thinking about it, that's real love. Remember that I told you. Anything that comes from within without a thought, that's realness. So make sure that you're real, because I know when I do things and I don't think about it, I just do it because I see at that time they need it more than I need it. So let me give it to them. And even if they don't appreciate it as much as I would have, at least I know that I gave them the chance to have it. And it's not because of the I. It's more of I helped volunteer their happiness, or they wanted me to help them with their happiness, or they appreciated the happiness that I gave them. And that's unconditional too. But it's not really back to what I said when I said, oh, it's I love you if, or I love you out. It's a different circumstance when we're talking about complete strangers. Okay. Where there's shadows, bring light. I was taught even in an empty house or a dark room, if there's darkness anywhere, bring light. If there's darkness in someone's body, in their attitude, in their energy, bring light. I guarantee you, if you have them smiling for at least 10 seconds, and this is a scientific fact, if you're sad, just go in the mirror one day, look in the mirror, and smile. 10 seconds. 10 seconds, just smile. See, I feel like laughing. And when you do that, you look in the mirror and you smile for 10 minutes, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. I'm sorry, not 10 minutes. You'll be there all day. But 10 seconds of your beautiful time. You could be upset, go in the bathroom. You at work, somebody pissing you off. Go in the bathroom real quick. Put your head down. Rub some water on your face. Pat yourself down and just look in the mirror and say, yo, these people really put a lot of effort into making me upset. Or I gave a lot of effort to myself to make myself this bowled up. Just breathe and smile and say, you know what? You really showed yourself off. Look at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Like, you really showed off today, didn't you? So, bring light to darkness. Even in dark corners in rooms. If you have a dark corner in your house, make sure you bring some light to that. I'm quite sure it might make a whole difference. Want to see? So, I've learned to bring light where there's darkness. I'm bringing light to you. So, that's basically my magic of how I do that. Okay. The next one is to understand is to be understood. Rather understand than to be understood. So, if nobody understands you, try to understand where they're coming from to see why. So, it's better to understand than to be understood. Okay? It's basically the understanding of things will tell you why you vent the belly speech that you vent. You say the things that you say and you act the way you act. We don't want to stop this live. Okay? So, even though when you're mad at someone and they don't make you feel, if they make you feel inferior and they have you to the point where you're about to explode, the only way that you can forgive them is by being forgiven. So if you're forgiving people, that's the only way you'll be forgiven. What goes around comes around. Learn how to forgive people for doing things to you. Because when it's your turn, when you do it, you'll be forgiven. Because mistakes are meant to be made. And I honestly think that when you do start forgiving people for the naughty things that they done, that they didn't make you, or you still holding on to the grudges of these people, forgive them. Tell them, listen, hey, such and such, I know you hurt me a couple of times because I allowed you to hurt me because I wasn't on point and I should have been more aware. And I'm sorry. And I apologize for that. Do you forgive me for being the fool that I was and wasn't paying attention? That's why I thought you were the one that did this to me, but it wasn't really you. It was me that allowed it. Once you are forgiving people for what they've done to you, they'll forgive you too. And you'll forgive them. So, anytime you go to say hi to somebody that you don't know, or you go getting all flirtatious, wanting to be in somebody's face, the first hello is an invitation to everything that you ask to bring to that they're bringing to the table. So when you say hi to someone, you're inviting everything about them to your table. Remember, you're inviting everything about them to your table. Okay? For a celebration that has a chance to begin. You can either be celebrating a new friendship or just a new event that's going to happen into your life. You know, you want to keep peace as a regimen. So anytime that you're inviting a new invitation to someone that you don't know and is starting to learn how to make new friends, remember, you're not going to be able to hoard just yours and theirs, but whoever they've been around. So if they're hoarding demons or some type of negative energy, just know for a fact, you're hoarding their energy, their friends' energy, their moms, their dads, their kids, everything about them you're about to hoard. So remember, keep the peace as a regimen because you don't know what they're going through and they don't know what you're going through. But at the same time, keep peace as a regimen. Okay? Let other people know that they are appreciated. Please tell people sometime that they are good for you and tell them, thank you for putting me through that hard bullshit you put me through. Excuse my language. Sorry. Please tell people that you appreciate them. Thank you for all the hardship you put me through, because if you didn't, I wouldn't be the strong woman that I am today. You know, and it's just like, be grateful for that. Be grateful for being able to know that everything comes for a reason. Every trial and tribulation happens for a reason to help you build to the next level. Allowing people to appreciate you. You know, sometimes people come up to you and be like, oh, if it wasn't for you, thank you so much for doing my hair. You made me look pretty for my event. Everybody enjoyed it. And my wedding was cute. You did my hair really nice for the wedding. See, I do hair. So I get a lot of people that tell me thank you for doing their hair. I get a lot of people saying thank you for this warm meal that you cooked. I appreciate it. I was so hungry. I get people that say thank you for being mean to me. You taught me how to be a better person. If it wasn't for you telling me my breath stank, I would have never go brush my teeth with mouthwash ever again. I would have never went to the dentist. Thank you for taking me to the doctors. I would have never know I had that cancer in my brain. It's so many things that people do. Just be appreciative and allow people to appreciate you. It might sound like nagging and this, that, and the third, but you're being actually appreciated. These people actually look forward to seeing you and knowing that you have something that you had for them before, which is unconditional love. What can allow peace to be broken? Peace rules and learning how to keep it. Okay, we're going to talk about the peace rules and learning how to keep it. What can make peace be broken? But we're going to talk about how to keep the rules of peace. Okay, follow reason. Number one, follow reason rather than emotion. So he who obeys his belly speech belongs to the enemy. He who obeys his belly speech belongs to the enemy. Meaning, if I could tell you all the stuff that's going on inside of me angrily, like when the liver, okay, fear comes from your kidneys, anger comes from your liver, love comes from your heart. Okay, so because you know other organs in your body do things to your emotions too. The heart doesn't just carry love. The brain, anger and fear comes from your kidneys and your liver. Don't let nobody else tell you, because your stomach is your second brain. I'm telling you right now. Follow it up. Google it. You might find some interesting things. Some people that have some actual things that they need to say. They're not just scholars. These are actual people that study chi, people that study meditation, people that are healers, Reiki healers, all types of energies that you want to really be a part of. So he who obeys his belly speech. So if I tell you how I feel inside, knowing that it's not nice to say or it's an evil thing to say, because people still have the anger inside, even though you can cultivate it. But I just want to say this. When someone has evilness and they want to vent their belly speech, okay, he belongs to the enemy. That means you want nothing but negative source to come to you. You don't want anything positive to come to you, because anyone that had a very eclectic mind that knows the difference between converting the negative energy into positive knows that once you come out negative, you're not only bringing on the negative demons, but you are a part of the clan, because you could have fought that war within yourself before you allow them to strike. So he who obeys his belly speech belongs to the enemy. You don't want to be the enemy. You want to be the light carrier that carries light. Okay? All modesty and calmness are with restraint. So all virtues could be cultivated. So if you're more calm and modest with restraint, and you know how to keep your belly speech to yourself, that builds your temple even stronger. You as an inside, as a church, as the people, as who you are as a spiritual being, which carries out, you are the only one that can, cultivate the calmness and restraint with all modesty, modifying every aspect in your life. If someone addresses you ignorant to the matter, if anything, like say for instance, someone wants to come at you real ignorant, like, oh, I heard such and such and such, bah, 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 bah. Your humbleness shall bear away his contentions. His contentions would be something that he was probably going to do negatively or respond in a negative way. But by you being humble and not saying anything and just sitting there and listen to that person vent their belly speech without intertwining in the gossip, I guarantee you the enemy loves company. Anything negative, negativity loves company. So if you're not venting those negative things, it won't stick around to exist. It would have to either flee, or the conversation would stop, or the negativity would go away and convert into positivity. You have to be the control and the master of all energies if you're going to be able to reciprocate with other people when it comes to being a chameleon, an empath, or whatever that you are when it comes to these energies. So let's get back to it. Repeat not even extravagant speech. So if this speech is extravagant and they're over there telling you something you feel like you want to go gossip too, don't repeat it nor listen to it. I'm telling you, it's nothing but a flame to the fire. It's nothing but added fluid to the fire. You don't want to enjoy it. You don't want to be a part of it. You need to learn how to let it go. When someone comes at you with something that you don't want to hear, flip it around. Switch it to another conversation. Make them feel like what they're saying is stupid and that it's a waste of positive energy and bringing nothing but more negative bricks to your load. You don't want no negative bricks to your load. Copyright. How not to absorb other people's energy. Let's get into that. I'm learning not to absorb other people's energy by just sitting back and analyzing and absorbing. I have many outlets, as you see. And to be honest, I feel like any outlet is better than no outlet. So if you find something that, say for instance, it comes to your attention, you having a good day, right? You got to take this seriously. You really got to take this seriously. Say you having the best day ever. And I've had this is an example. So one day I'm having the best day ever. I'm looking fly. I'm feeling right. My energy, my attitude is good. You know, I'm over here proud of what I did, paid my bills on time. You know, everything is going great. And I received this mysterious phone call about, girl, let me tell you what such and such just said. And I'm like looking at the phone like, I knew you was coming. They was going too good. So I knew it was coming. So I wasn't, the first thing that happened to me, it hit me in my chest. Right here in the middle. The anger started to flow. Then the jealousy, then the envy. Then it was like, wait a minute. Convert, skirt. She said, oh, I can send you the text messages of what they said and blah, 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 blah. I said, guess what? If they come to me with negativity, only thing I'm going to do is hit send, show them what I saw, and let them know, like, hey, this is you arguing with you. It didn't bother me, so what's the problem? But then I had to think about it. Don't indulge. Don't copy it down. Don't write it down. Don't take a picture. Don't even listen to it. What I said to them was, I said on video chat, I said, girl, do you see how I'm looking right now? You see this smile on my face? I said, you really think I really care about that? I said, let's talk about something else. She said, okay. And that stopped the whole thing right there. And I was grateful that I actually knew what to do at that time, even though it only almost took me for like 2 seconds. But you can't please everyone. That's the next rule. Keeping the peace is not pleasing everybody. So in order to keep the peace within yourself, you have to learn that you cannot please everyone. Everyone does not deserve to have your attention. Sometimes being away from them might be just good for them. You know how that goes. Choose whether or not the invitation is where you want people to take you. So you have to make the choice of the decision whether or not this is where you want people to take you. Do you want them to take you to that extent? Like, if, say, for instance, if someone starts, oh, well, guess what? You know, such and such and such did blah, 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 and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, am I supposed to invite this conversation in by going along with what they feel about that person, go along with the feeling and judge that person as long as they're judging? Or do I take the invitation somewhere else and say, you know what, maybe not today? Because sometimes you don't really want to tell people that they're really being real jerks or being really negative. You don't really want to come at them like that unless you're really bold like me. I'll tell you straight up in your face, get away from me. So it's like, don't leave food around, you know, like your energy and everything that you do, your business, when you tell people your business and you show people what you're doing behind closed doors, you're feeding them, giving them something to talk about. Oh, you heard such and such got a new car. Oh, you heard such and such this. You heard such and such almost was late on the bills. You heard such and such got caught smoking weed. You heard that. It's like that food feeds them, the enemy, the people that gossip, the people that don't have nothing else to do with their lives. They need your food to keep them fed. Because as long as they have something that keeps them going, they don't need anything else. Remember, your energy is food. People are being drained of their life forces. Remember to protect your food, people. Protect your food. Don't give individuals nothing to feed off on. No gossip. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. You know, don't pay attention to the drama or whatever. If they even talking about you saying, "Oh, well, I heard such and such was this and that," that's her business. It ain't paying my bills. It ain't helping me. It ain't feeding my family. It ain't keeping me happy. I ain't getting no commission off of that. Don't indulge. And if you feel like, excuse me, if you feel like that's something that you need, then basically you need to rethink your steps. Get your steps reordered. Maybe you need to reorder your steps. Breathe. Cheese. Cheese. You have to breathe and take 100% responsibility of all the things you do. So if I mess up today, I have another chance to fix it tomorrow. Not a big deal. You can always make room to start over. If you keep a positive mind to start over, then everything will work out and you will start over. Okay? Take responsibility of your own actions and no one else's actions. You can't blame yourself for anybody else's actions. It's not really their fault. It's not really your fault. Everything is everything. So remember, do everything in stride. You can do certain meditations like me. I do a keto, and I usually do ghostwriting. I usually do, it's not just an Indian style meditation where you sit with your legs crossed or whatever and you just go, you don't do these. You can do those too. Those are beautiful meditations actually. But it's not just a sitting Indian style meditation. There could be ghostwriting, and there's also breathing techniques. So ghostwriting can basically be picking up a pen and a paper and just writing how you feel, writing anything that comes to your mind and just keep going until you can't write anymore. And it could be about anything. So you would actually want to try that, or might want to try breathing techniques, stomach pitful in deep, hard breathing techniques at a very slow pace and allowing it to come in from your mouth. Come in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth. You really want to try these exercises, especially when you're almost to the point where you want to explode like a volcano. Breathing exercises and crouching down a little bit as the air comes out is a good technique, because remember, your second brain is telling your body what to do. So as long as you're expanding and exhausting all of that energy out to breathe in calmer restraints, you're good to go. You need to learn about chakra alignments. Perfect. Learning about chakra alignments. Let's see. It's basically more of getting yourself at ease and aligning yourself as a whole. So you would basically talk about the crown to your communication chakra to your root chakra, and then so on and so forth. So if you can, start looking into some different types of chakra alignments, gems, jewels, things like that. I carry little stones here and there, but see, I put them on my body. I carry them with me. So this one would be a tiger eye. And this one is, as you can see, it's like a brownish color with little lines inside of it. The tiger eye basically says a lot for me. It's basically more prosperity, abundance, strong, to be more strong, abilified, things like that. I have this one here. This is a communication stone. And I usually use this for communication, to be a wiser communicator and to be able to be upfront and to speak to people and tell them when I'm expressing myself and doing it in a positive manner without explosion. Of course, the diamond crystal. I keep this on me for a reason too. This helps me shine my light. It's more of an energy thing that I absorb all the energy into it and I put it into the stone, and then it sends out an energy signal, which is very great for me. Learning about chakra foods. There's certain things like chakra foods that you can eat to calcify your pituitary glands. Like you could actually, it's very important to stay away from fluoride. So to decalcify your pituitary gland, which is that little, looks like a little acorn. inside of the back of your brain, actually inside your brain, at the bottom, back here. And this trick that I've learned when I wake up in the morning to get my endorphins going in my spine, I rub my hands really fast so I get them nice and warm. And you want to place one hand behind the palm of your head where your pituitary lands, and this one at the bottom of your spine. And what you want to do is just slow breathing, and the warmth from the top of your head to the bottom of your spine will wake up your endorphins, and it'll actually help you motivate. I didn't need these anyway. It'll actually help you motivate. So you want to be able to learn how to do functions and little tricks in order to get your body going. Besides chi, meditation, you want to be able to learn how to work those things out. Okay, so everything that I've basically been taught about my experiences with learning how to cultivate myself and learning how to be around the right source of energy basically says this: it only takes but so much to get a person riled up and excited, but it takes a lot to make a person sad. So if your heart is as heavy as a rock and not as light as a feather, you will have some complications with trying to get yourself motivated unless you learn how to let those things go. And the reason why I come to you today, because as a whole, we should be able to confront those things that are not healthy for us and be able to change our lifestyle by making a better version of ourselves and doing things that are going to make serve a purpose in our lives, and we serve a purpose in theirs. Anything that you ever done in your life, let it be something that serves a purpose for you and for the people that are around you. And if you want to do something that's, not just for you and just for others, fine, so be it. But be comfortable with what you do. Don't throw it back in people's faces. Don't ever say, oh, I did this and that for you. Just be proud of who you are and learn that everything ends up with a smile. If you wake up in the morning happy, I guarantee you go to bed happy. It's not a promise that you'll be happy all day or the rest of the day, but at least you'll have some of the day to yourself and you can start over again. Other notes, a PS, let me let you guys know something. If you want to get rid of negative energy faster, what you should do is bathe in Epsom salt or baking soda in the tub or the shower. Wash from head to toe, everything front to back. And don't forget to get your second brain, you guys. Get your second brain and make sure that you're scrubbing up and do it counterclockwise towards your heart. Any way and form that you're actually getting rid of the negative energy. I'm so glad that you guys were able to join me. I'm so glad that I was able to talk to you. And if you guys really want to join me and follow my page, let's do it again. The more views, the more questions. Any questions that you guys might have, I will answer anything. I'm more open and positive. We talk about relationships. We can talk about even the negative relationships and how to get out of them. I'm 36 years old. Trust me, I've been through enough, but I'm still learning. So we can learn together. So if you guys could just join me, follow me, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you.